It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 4. A whole lot of people had a whole lot to say last night about a very tiny park in Frisco.
Let's keep what we have versus this idea of what we might want to do. We like to play tennis.
He was talking about Pioneer Park, the tennis courts on Galena Street, where there is grant money for a rebuild. Another man recited survey results saying most locals want to keep the courts, but he also questioned the survey.
Felt like there were some predetermined decisions already made that caused a little bit of bias in the survey itself.
Others warned the town to follow its neighborhood master plan.
This seems to be lost in the process.
Still others said,
I would just like to see the money not spent.
That grant money comes from new affordable apartments that are going up right now across the street. Summit County is transferring more than 70 plots of open space and 8 miles of trail to its newest town, Keystone. County Commissioner Nina Waters.
Identify all the parcels, every single little strip of land, even down to the foot. And this has been a long, big project for our open space team.
Summit will still plow and maintain the Keystone Rec Path for a fee. It is the same agreement for most towns. Changes are coming soon for the 10% of Summit County homes on septic. But do not worry, Commissioner Waters says these changes should mostly make life easier and cleaner.
Recommended by the CDC as well as the state of Colorado to make sure that the water that is in the ground is not going to be tainted by any of these systems.
This week on the State of Summit, the budget feud continues between Sheriff Jamie Fitzsimons and his own county. Fitzsimons has publicly announced he cut 13 jobs. This is why.
I submitted a flat budget as requested. BOCC then reduced that amount by $2.7 million, bringing it to 14.2, and then they had us absorb another $1.3 million in increased medical insurance.
The sheriff says that is like losing a quarter of his budget. He kept only positions required by law.
Keep the peace and operate a jail, a county jail, and we're basically back to those services.
Taking the biggest hit were social programs. The SMART co-responder team drops from 24/7 to 80 hours a week. 2 community service officers are cut. So is the pretrial program for minor offenses.
The program saved, taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars by reducing jail stays.
Commissioner Nina Waters sympathizes with the sheriff, but especially with his employees who lost their jobs.
It's an incredibly painful decision that I think the sheriff had to make, and I don't love the fact that he had to make those decisions the way that he did. Let people go 2 days before Christmas.
The entire county comes into the new year with a hiring freeze, except for one department separate from the sheriff.
For the 911 dispatch center. We feel that those are essential positions, and we want to make sure that, those teams are fully staffed 24/7.
Fitzsimons continues to blame commissioners. He says they forced his hand. But will these tough cuts and a lingering budget feud compromise public safety? Depends who you ask.
Crime is unpredictable in many ways, and so I can't speak to that.
Absolutely. We are going to see a collateral effect by reducing these services.
Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. In sports, tonight the Nuggets are playing the Mavericks, and in local sports, tonight, payback time at the Stephen Breck when Summit High Hockey plays Steamboat. The Tigers lost to Steamboat last week. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.